Hello everyone and welcome to this walkthrough for the Champs du Mars tournament. I am Mr. T and together with Radu we are creating the ultimate guides on Pro Division for Golf Clash Tommy. In this video we are going to walk you through the holes for the qualifying round and give you the best advice to achieve the best scores possible. The ultimate text guide can be found on patreon.com Golf Clash Tommy. The link can be found in the description of this video. Before we start, don't forget to hit the thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel so not to miss out on our live streams and when we share walkthroughs.
Thank you, Grant. Let's move on hole number 1. Here we're gonna go with an extra mile together with a thorn, using a Titan as a ball. At max stretch, we're gonna have the yellow ring at the rough on the left side. We're gonna apply 4.5 topspin and 2 left spin. After the adjustment, extra mile level 9 needs 2 yards push up. Extra mile level 8 we're gonna be needing 3, and 6 and 7 we're gonna be needing 5. After doing all that, we will gonna have to go with full overpower. We're gonna be a bit slower than max, and we're gonna use also half a ball left curl together with that. Our idea here is to clip the rough and roll out to have a thorn approach. So we're putting max overpower there, hitting perfect. Great right, I think we're gonna be in the bunker. Great left, it's safe. Sometimes actually missing the rough entirely and being in the wedge distance. From here, 362 yards. Let's move on the approach. Here, we're gonna find our min line, and then we're gonna apply the spins. If depends on your drive, you'll need between 2 and 4 backspin. Here I'm gonna place the ball guide, the tip of the ball guide going into the hole. If you have a lower level thorn, you're gonna have the third bounce just before the hole going on the left side. I'm adjusting min distance plus 25 P3 for this approach. And the only thing that you need to do is just hit perfect. We managed to hit perfect, bouncing nicely, and goes a bit on the right side of the pin, but that's fine. Gonna take the eagle and move to hole number 2.
Okay, with our eagle under our belt, we're going to move on to hole number 2. We're going to apply 1.5 backspin with 3 left spin. We're going to use a level sniper 6 plus. We're going to center this on the rough with the guide offset to the left of the hole, pointing to the corner of the first green square. Now our adjustments can be mid plus 20 P2 numbers. Now, we strongly suggest trying to keep the winds between 4.5 and 6.5 miles an hour. So you can use a katana or a kingmaker to try and keep in those winds. This is what we'll class as a default wind angle. Anything further left of that big tree, you're going to need right click curls. Anything right of that tree, you're going to need left click curls. And we drop just on the left edge for our hole-in-one on hole number 2.
Thank you, Grant. Let's move to big boy balls and go with the Zerg here, using our extra mile and the Guardian. Here we're gonna go at max extension with the bullseye between the rough and the fairway, using again 4.5 topspin and 2 left spin, and adjusting max plus 10. After the adjustment, you're gonna need to push back towards the tee for extra mile level 9, 3 yards, for extra mile level 8, 2 yards, and for extra mile level 7, none. This is just to make the guide to actually work with lower level clubs, and that's what we are actually trying to do over here. After doing that, go with full overpower and go with 1 ball of curl to the left. Try to hit perfect over here, and you're gonna be easily achieving that, having a slower needle on full overpower. We are looking here to get around 410 yards. Here we have 411. And let's move on the approach shot. Here with the Guardian, we're gonna apply full backspin, and we're gonna actually take in consideration the second and the third bounce. If I have a higher level Guardian, you're gonna notice that you're gonna have also a tip of the ball guide. You want that tip of the ball guide to be actually offsetted to the left side of the hole, like missing to the left side of the hole. Our second bounce, it's in line with the hole. Third bounce, it's about 1 green square behind, with close to being 2 green squares up from the hole. If you're not getting to this distance and you're gonna have to go overpower, check how many rings you are into overpower, and after adjustment, just push them up. Here we're gonna do a centering our ball to hit perfect, and we're not gonna go with any curl or any push up. This will gonna bounce behind the hole and then go into it. Let's move on to hole number 4.
Move on to hole number 4. Now, hole number 4, we're going to use course back level 8+. We're going to use a marlin ball, because we're going to pull back to the min line. We're going to use 1 right spin and 1 back spin and have the ball guide running through the center of the hole. We're going to make an adjustment with the elevation +0 min. So after we make our adjustment, we're going to use a little bit of overpower. Now, our overpower is going to be circle drop overpower. So when we pull back ball to center and keep pulling down to the bottom of the circle till it just literally drops, and there's our point of power that we're after. There you go, you see it just drop and hit perfect, and we'll drop in pretty much dead center for our hole-in-one on hole 4.
On hole number 5, we're gonna use again our extra mile. Having a katana as a ball, we're gonna use 4.5 topspin and 3 right spin. We're gonna place our extra mile at +0 yard mark at the rough line with our yellow ring. For extra mile level 8, we're gonna be +1, and extra mile level 7 and 6, we're gonna be +3. After doing that, we're gonna adjust here max +10 P0 numbers. We're gonna try to pull straight, and also doing a normal shot, having the ball centered into the ball box. This one bounces nicely into the middle of the next fairway. Remaining thorn approach from 329 yards, we played it 37% slider. Let's move on the approach. On the approach, we're gonna have a specific landing spot. I'm gonna place our yellow ring by the end of the fairway over there at the rough, together with about 3 backspin and 1.5 left spin. We're gonna place our ball guide to the right side of the pin, and we're gonna do the slider number +25% downhill P3 as adjustment. Again, we are trying to pull always straight and try to hit perfect. That offset compensates for the secondary wind effects, that it's pushing our ball more to the left, and it's all gonna bounce really nicely, going dead center of the pin.
So moving on to hole number 6 and looking for our second albatross of the day. we're going to apply 4.5 top spin and 1 right spin on an extra mile level 6 plus. For our extra level mile level 9, we're going to be starting at the plus 6 yard mark with the yellow ring to the rough on the left. Our adjustment is going to be P2 max plus 15% elevation. Make sure you push your rings because of the trees are going to be in the way otherwise. After our adjustment, you know the drill, hit perfect. We're looking to get our drive somewhere between 350 and 356. Great left, you'll be okay. Great right, you may well be in trouble. So definitely worth concentrating on hitting that perfect on this one. So for our approach shot, we're going to use a sniper level 7 and above. We're looking to get the red ring between the edge of the fairway and the bunker. So nice and even. Then we'll adjust our spins to have the ball guide just to the tip, just going in the hole. Okay, if you've hit a bad drive, you may be pushing into overpower to find your position. If you are, after your adjustment, make sure you push up whatever you needed to find that position. So our adjustment is going to be P3 plus 0 elevation, and depending on your drive distance, our plus yardage will be on our slider. We're 100% on this one at plus 12 yards. Adjust and hit perfect, and you'll have your second albatross of the day.
So on hole number 7, we're gonna use our big topper club. Together with the Kingmaker, we're gonna place our red ring by the rough at top of plus 5 yard mark. And we're gonna go with max top spin and 1 right spin. I'm gonna make sure that the ball guide is actually over the rough, because going in headwind, the ball guide will gonna get shrinked, and we'll know for sure that we're gonna clip the rough and roll out. Here I'm placing at top of plus 4, but I would suggest you to go at top of plus 5. After finding that, go and adjust the max plus 10 P3 numbers. Try to pull straight. And in case you're going in overpower, use that amount of overpower to actually go and clip the rough and roll out. Here I just barely touched the overpower line, so I'm just adding that, just touching the arrows at the bottom. Trying to centering the ball and try to hit perfect. Great left, we're gonna be in danger here because you're gonna have the trees in the face and your approach will not gonna work the same. We're gonna bounce on the rough and roll out around 325 yards. So after this one, let's move on the approach. We will gonna do kind of a pin check, but we're gonna do that with our blue ring. That BBRPC stands for back blue ring pin check. After doing that, apply 1 backspin only to your club, and then place the ball guide through the hole, favoring the left side of the pin. Make sure you've done that by zooming in if you have a thorn level 8 and 9. If not, make sure that your third bounce it's 1 green square short of the hole. You don't want to go too hot either over here. After that, adjust for plus 3, I was 70% slider. Adjust the plus 5 P3 numbers and try to hit perfect. This will gonna give you the easiest way to get an eagle on this hole.
And we move on to hole number 8. Here we're going to use a sniper level 7 and above. We're going to use a sniper level 10 in this video at top of +4 yards in the rough with 10% of the red ring in the rough. We're going to apply 3 right spin only. Try and replicate the guide. It's about 1.5 squares left of pin. We're going to make our adjustment at 80% slider, +5 elevation using P4 numbers. After our adjustment, we are going to apply approximately 0.5 right curl. Depending on your wind angle, whether it's going to be less clicks of right curl. We're going to hit perfect. I'm going to bounce into the rough, nice and easy up onto the green, and hit center pin for our hole in 1 on 8.
And finally to hole number 9. You're gonna use our rock as a driver. We're gonna be rock 6 plus. For rock 9, we're gonna go at +3. Rock 8, we're gonna be at +4, and rock 9, rock 6 and 7, we're gonna be at +9. We're gonna have the red ring by the rough on the left, and we're gonna apply 1.8 topspin and 2 left spin. Do not apply more than that because you're gonna risk to go into the rough afterwards. Adjusting here, max +10, P3 numbers. Try to do a straight pull. And also don't forget to use outer wall left curl. We're not trying to be greedy to go at the end of the rough here, because the second shot will gonna be just we're not gonna attempt for an albi with this shot. If you want an albi attempt, you're gonna have to go on the left side using a slice, but this will not gonna be covered in this this video. We're getting around 320 yards. It's perfect. Let's move on the approach. On the approach shot, we're gonna use our big dog. Here is the biggest gap between the trees. Here is where we're gonna go. You're gonna see that I'm having the ball guide centered between those 2 trees. If you're having a shorter drive and you'll need to actually be over there in overpower, I suggest to use that amount of overpower. I'm going here with 6 topspin and 2 right spin. If I wouldn't be there, I would push back the needed rings to reach that distance. You can go with more topspin if you want to go further, but I don't see any meaning of it, because here I was thinking about pushing up, but I decided not to. And I'm going with a normal shot. I just want to clip the rough and roll out and have a wedge shot for the eagle, which will gonna be okay. Not so many persons will gonna get an alibi chance over here. So we're gonna move to the wedge shot, where we're gonna use my rapier rule again. I'm putting up to max distance, determining the slider, dividing by 2, using the elevation provided in the video, and adjust for the rings. Go with full topspin. This will gonna make your rings a lot smaller and will gonna be a lot more accurate. Having the ball guide through the hole over there and adjust the wind. Here we're gonna have a perfect, well, not perfect tailwind, but more tailwind than crosswind. So in case you're misadjust by 0.1, 0.2, even 0.5 rings, I don't think it'll matter too much. Try to hit perfect though, especially if you're using Firefly and you're not having the good accuracy club. Hope this video it helps. Once again, check into the description down below for Tommy's Patreon link at patreon.com/golfclashtommy. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are already over here. Also like the video. I know you like it. Thank you everybody, and good night.